All right, everybody. Cool Hand Luke here, and welcome to your weekly karaoke tip. This is going to be tip number 6, so hopefully you've paid attention to the other 5. We've talked about different things about getting up on stage. We talked about different things like microphone usage, how to hold it, diaphragm singing, vibrato, all these different types of topics. The topic today I'd like to cover is warming your voice up. So if I know I'm going to sing a bunch of power songs, if I know that I'm going to sing a bunch of songs through the night, I definitely need to warm up my voice. And what I mean by that is think of your voice and your vocal cords as a muscle, because that's what it is, and you need to treat it just like it's a muscle. So before I go run a 100-meter dash or run a mile, whatever it is that you do, you're definitely going to warm up first. You're going to stretch your muscles out first. It's the same thing. You really don't want to power sing stuff and scream and yell and do all that kind of jazz if I have not already stretched out my vocal cords and allowed them to warm up, right? Because then you end up having a raspy voice and sounding like Bruce Springsteen all night, right? So we don't want that, especially when you're singing from your diaphragm. I'll hit on that at like I think 4. All right, so sing from your diaphragm, save your voice, but you also need to warm up your voice. And then the more you start singing, the stronger your vocal cords start getting, the more they can stretch, the more higher range, lower range that you can start hitting, different octaves and all that kind of jazz. So some things that I do to warm up my voice before a night if I know I'm going to be singing quite a bit or whatnot, I will not do the do, re, mi, fa, sol kind of stuff. I just do like pick a word like me. I may do like me, 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 me. And then you can work on your vibrato as well. We talked about vibrato in the last video. And then I may want to do like a range. I definitely want to do a range warm up where I do something weird like, oh. So I'm going to start low, I go all the way up, and then I'll maybe go up a little bit more. Oh. Right, and then what I'm doing is I'm actually stretching my vocal cords and I'm getting it ready to start doing some real singing with it. So those are some of the basic techniques. I know it sounds really weird and you're going to be sitting at home or sitting in a car with your buddy who doesn't sing at all and you're like, what are you doing over there, you weirdo? but you're strengthening your voice and you're also warming it up, so that way, when I start busting out some whatever power song I start singing, you start busting out some Audio Slave or something, you need to have that warm muscle, just like I'm getting ready to run a sprint. Okay, now there are some certain things that you could do prior to that as well, such as I take maybe a teaspoon of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. It tastes horrible, I admit it tastes horrible, but it does lubricate my voice. I won't take it right before I sing. I usually let it settle in for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it lubricates your vocal cords because they go back and forth, right? So I'll take that, possibly, or maybe some warm tea with a little bit of honey in there. That also helps as well. One thing with that, I try not to make it super warm because then your voice starts sticking straight because it's like, well, this is too hot. I drink cold coffee because I'm a weirdo. So same thing with my tea, make sure it's warm, maybe some honey, depending on what songs I plan on singing for the night. There's also stuff out there. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. If you want to sponsor me, that's all good. But some Slippery Elm by Thayers. It's probably backwards here, but this is some pretty good stuff. They're just, I'll show you what they look like. Just little tablets, right? Just pop them in your mouth, right? And you just let them dissolve. Another thing, if maybe you just have some basic mints, don't tread on me, right? Just some basic mints. With the Slippery Elm stuff, it's a natural lozenge, however you say that. You can get them really cheap online, Amazon, a lot of your nutrition stores. I can tell you it tastes like tree bark. Yeah, but at least with this one, it's got like a tangerine aftertaste to it. It doesn't taste great, but what it does is it's constantly lubricating your voice, so it kind of smooths that out. And another thing is maybe you have some singers like myself will usually have a mint in my mouth, maybe some chewing gum, and what that's doing is it continuously is lubricating my voice. When you first start doing it, when you start really pushing your air out, you may end up spitting the stuff out. So try not to spit on the people in the front row with your gum or your mints. So you kind of pocket it in there. It kind of keeps your mouth a little bit salivated and it keeps your vocal cords kind of lubricated. So that's my tip for 6, and it is just warming up your voice. Super important to do, especially if you're going to be singing a lot, which hopefully you guys are now. Let me know if you've been singing, if any of these tips have been helping. If you have some other ones that you want me to cover, I will. So hopefully you guys have a great week. Cool Hand Luke's going to be out, and I'll be seeing you.